I was on my way somewhere. That's the first thing you need to know. I was going somewhere else. I wasn't even meant to be there. Seems a distant memory. I was on my way into town. It was a fine day, spring, birds singing in the trees and all that. I was having none of it. I was walking eyes to the ground so I wouldn't have to look at the soldiers at the sentry posts and the holes they make to put up crosses at the side of the road. Like pot marks on the face of this sad scrap of a country. My country. I had things to do that day. A message sent back to Rome from the free men of Judea. I was hot-headed in those days. I didn't expect a crowd. I walked right into it almost before I saw it. But I kept going, head down, thinking it would clear. And then bang, all of a sudden, I was face to face with the scum of a Roman legionary. So I'm nose to nose with this scum, and my first thought was, are they waiting for me? Did one of the boys get pulled in last night? How much pain did it take to get names, places? Aye, Rome isn't averse to a bit of the hard stuff. We've all heard the stories. I've gone down in history as Simon of Cyrene. My father came from there, and that was a long time ago. I'm a Judean, born and raised on this land, and I wanted to plant my fish right in his ignorant foreign face. But I just straightened my back, looked him full in the white of his eyes. Off that path, he bellowed, and I realised they were just clearing the way for the great and the good in the curtained carriages, as if they might dirty themselves just by looking at us. Legionary's eyes were blank. He didn't care who I was. He was on just another wretched Judean detail. They flattened the pikes horizontal so they could push us back like a wall. Now I could see what was coming up the road. Not a procession, crucifixion. Cross is a Roman invention. It's not enough they take our taxes and send them back to Rome to fill the coffers, or poke their dirty fingers into our courts and governance. And it's not enough to punish a man for his crimes. He's got to be humiliated. They all have to march like this with a crosspiece on their back, and it's not just the worst offenders either. There are hundreds every year. And the crowds never fail to gather. Roman justice is a family day out. Suddenly, the legionary grabbed me by my clothes and pulled me out onto the road. He started holding off my coat, and then I really did struggle. I didn't want to find my knife. Then two more came along and held my arms, but they weren't interested in frisking me. The whole thing had shunted to a halt, and everyone was looking at the second guy. He was close to fainting, his hair a mess of blood. Before I'd taken in what was going to happen, they'd taken the cross from his back and were making ready to strap it to mine. They were fussing at my hands with these filthy, bloody ropes, and the red mist was descending. Now I was ready for a fight. I'm a free man. I've done nothing wrong, and they want me to wear this disgrace. How many of them could I take down before they got me? And then, woof, half a tree lands across my shoulders, and I'm just trying to keep my legs from giving way. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw the prisoner straighten himself. Still looked like he could hardly walk. He'd had what you might call special attention. Proper walloping. What had the poor sod done, I wondered, that they said about him like that? I tried to make out his face through the blood, but I didn't know it. Then one of the scum gave me a whack round the shins with the end of his pike. There was a shout of, "Move it!" And we were off. They made him walk right in front of me, so I had an inescapable view of his back. It was a bloody mess. He'd been whipped as well. No wonder he didn't make it. Once I found my stride, I watched him. And that's what's strange. He wasn't fighting this, yet he wasn't giving in either. The way he was holding himself, he was no common criminal. There was a lift to his head, as if he'd made up his mind, as if he'd chosen to do this. I followed him all the way to the top of the hill. Fine vantage point this. Lots of people will be able to see these crosses. Almost immediately, they were manhandling me again, loosening the ropes. The shafts of each cross ready and waiting. The executioner standing by with his nails and hammer. When I straightened my back, it was the prisoner I saw, just standing there, meekly, just waiting. He met my eye and mouthed, "Thank you." "Thank you? thank you. Dear God, the man's about to be crucified and he says thank you like I've just passed him a plate of days. Thank you for carrying my cross to the place of my execution because I was too severely beaten up to carry it myself. And in that moment, I wanted to grab back that plank. I wanted to shake the soldiers and say, crucify me instead. I was prepared to take life today. I'm the guilty one. Let this man live. But I didn't say anything. Got a Roman boot up the backside. I shouted, move it! And was off, stumbling back down the hill. Why should I hang around? I was just another face in the crowd. One thing though, I wasn't going to the city anymore. I took the other road, went home, got my head down and kept moving. I wanted to be well out of earshot before they started knocking in the nails.